So, the Clippers look weird and bad. The vibe after Kawhi Leonard came back has been weird. Kawhi doesn't look healthy, and it feels weird that they even have him playing out there. He played just 24 minutes today. He had a spurt of good minutes in the third quarter, but it was like, what the hell, man? James Harden is the one showing up, even though he wasn't like great, but he kept them in this game early on, and I thought he should have been more selfish or should have gotten more shots himself. Ivica Zubac did his thing early on, so that was cool. But the Mavs were just dominating. They abused the Clippers' drop coverage with lobs to Lively and Gafford. Gafford looked liveliest in this series so far and healthiest. Derek Lively was sensational in his 15 minutes. And the Clippers just couldn't create any good shots when you think about it. Like, everything came hard for these Clippers. Kawhi couldn't separate, couldn't gain separation, couldn't do anything offensively. Paul George either. James Harden was the only one that was clicking with Norman Powell, but they weren't creating great looks. They couldn't crack the paint against these Mavericks, and when they did, there was Daniel Gafford, there was PJ Washington, there was Derek Lively to clean that up, and they couldn't shoot themselves out of it either. Just 29 3-point attempts, which is not enough, and they also didn't help themselves with shooting themselves in the foot with 19 turnovers to the Mavericks 8. And they had some really bad lazy turnovers where it was just because of bad chemistry, man, because they just don't seem to know how to play with each other. Paul George put up just 11 shots, had 7 points. And his chemistry with Harden today was off. Russell Westbrook was out there just playing like Patrick Beverley today, where he really could have hurt Luka in that flagrant. And shout out to PJ Washington, the bodyguard, man. He was ready to fight for Luka, which I love to see. That was awesome. And Kyrie got going in the second half. He was sensational. He was nasty. Luka, even though he wasn't great, he did his thing in a way, but it was all the others, right? Gafford, Lively, PJ Washington, Derek Jones Jr., Josh Green, even Maxi Kleber hit us once again a 3-pointer. The others just chimed in and defended as well as you can against this Clippers team that looks old, uninterested, not with a pecking order, and just kinda bored out there, or I don't know, man, just lifeless. And yeah, Norman Powell was hooping offensively. He was creating his shots and was able to, do a little bit to Luka offensively. Ivica Zubac had himself some offensive moments, but his drop coverage, right? They were abusing him so much. There were so many lobs in the first half. It was Lob City, Dallas, and it just, the 19 points are cool, but it wasn't worth it. And Kawhi, like I said, 7 shot attempts, and it felt like half the time I don't know, he shouldn't be out there. Paul George was just weird, fouled, had weird shot attempts, and got his ass rocked by Daniel Gafford, I think it was, at the rim. The Clippers are just weird, man. Every time they make you think, they'll be fine or believe in them, something goes wrong. And this time it was the return of Kawhi Leonard in a way. I'm not blaming Kawhi. I think the roster fit is just off, and I think James Harden just has a rough time, kind of fitting with anyone. And they don't have a leader out there, or at least a winning leader. And they lack chemistry. I don't know what to tell you, man. When they were winning and they were on that huge run to get themselves, to be the 4th seed, it was more about Kawhi just being out of his goddamn mind and being a top 10 player than this team genuinely having a chemistry. And it's just funny that James Harden is the one showing up. Shout out to Dallas, man. It's spooky for the Clippers because Luka and Kyrie didn't have a great game. Even though Kyrie had a great second half, Luka was off today. He couldn't hit anything, and I thought he got all the shots he wanted still. Yeah, he's a tough shot maker. Yes, they were tough shots, but I don't think they're making Luka uncomfortable. I just think he was missing today. So excited to see Game 4, I guess. But I'm afraid this Clippers team doesn't have much more in them. But I guess we'll see. Maybe Kawhi will be looking healthy in game 4. Maybe Paul George will get more opportunities. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't believe in the Clippers anymore. Which means they'll win game 4 for sure. As always, we can't trust one to others. I'll see you all in game 4.